What up, people? Adam Wallace, Keller Williams Realty. I'm at the gym here. I'm going to talk about the book, Good to Great. It may read backwards, I'm not sure, in selfie mode. But anyways, I just finished that book up yesterday, and a couple things that hit me I want to talk about. But first I want to get into, I did some carbs yesterday for the first time in 6 weeks. And those of you that have been following on the keto diet, I've been a little more tired the past week and a half, 2 weeks than I was. And I haven't done a refeed day, which is where you take in carbs. Don't necessarily know that I need it, because I did eat some rice last night, a good amount of rice. And it could go one of two ways. I was going to feel more energetic this morning, or I was going to feel lethargic, and I overslept, which I needed it, but by quite a bit. So I'm not going to be able to do my arm workout today. I'm going to do my cardio, though, and then just do my arm workout tomorrow, because generally Saturday and Sunday I just do cardio. So I'm going to get that done. But in this book, Good to Great, there were a couple things that stood out to me, really hit me on this book, was I keep hearing time on task over time. And in the book, it talks about a flywheel, being that a wheel that weighs like 5,000 pounds. And as you start to push it, like The Price is Right, when you get it going, and then it starts getting momentum and you keep pushing on it, you can't determine what one push was it that got it going as fast as it did. It's a momentum that you build up. And as the flywheel goes, you get the momentum building up. And in the book, it talks about the great companies that went from good to great. They couldn't determine that it was one thing that they did. It was the small tasks that they continuously did over time that built it up. And some of them, the breakthrough point, which is where all of a sudden it was an obscure company and all of a sudden it breaks through, and then it becomes this huge company like Circuit City all of a sudden breaks out. And it had been around for a very long time. Some of the companies started doing the things they were doing 10 years before it had the breakthrough moment, and they found the articles that were written about these great companies before the breakthrough moment were like 3 times less than once they had the breakthrough. So on the outside, it looks like it's this all of a sudden huge success story that was an overnight deal. But from the inside, from the people in the company, it was a daily increase in production or whatever, the things that they were doing. And it was over a long period of time. Some of them were 10 years, some of them were 2 years, but it wasn't just this overnight thing. They were doing it over time, and it built up. And the comparison companies were good, but they wouldn't get the wheel going and continue to do that task. They would then all of a sudden switch back to a different route and go 180 degrees in the other direction and start pushing the wheel in the opposite direction of what they were pushing. So they couldn't actually get the breakthrough point, because they kept changing and switching back and forth. So to me, those two things were over time, consistency, the things that I'm doing now, and get over time, continue to do them and really master those things, which is the hedgehog effect. In the book, it talks about finding what you're good at and sticking to that, and not diversifying over a bunch of different things. So that was a profound thing, was to master what you do, and then also to get to the breakthrough point, and that it's not a overnight success thing, and continuously doing it and getting the momentum going. Those were two pretty interesting things for me, that from the outside it looks like an overnight success, and that it's continuously doing the things over time that seem to work. So I'm going to go get my cardio done so I can get to the office, and today I will just take a rest day, and I'm going to test the carb refeed day, I think, a little bit more. Maybe in a week and a half do another one, but it seems to have been more detrimental to me than helpful, so I'm going to test it out. Still kind of in a process of growing with this whole diet, so and testing what works for me and what doesn't. And that's part of it too, is even if you want to try this diet or whatever diet it is, everyone's body's different, so you need to just test it out, I would say, and try these different theories and see what works for you. So have an awesome day, guys. I'm going to go in here and get my cardio on, and then get to the office so I can get stuff done. Have a great day.